Right. You don't need to have worked in any of these companies to know what you think of them, right? Or to have a sense of what it might be like to work for them. And that's kind of what employer brand is like. So if I suggested to you, would you like to work in Sports Direct or Uber? You might have a view about that. And that's made up of what you've heard, what you've seen, what friends have told you. Your employer brand is what people think and say about your company, whether or not they work for you. And employer brand is made up half and half of what attracts people and also what makes them want to stay. And just building on the comment we had earlier, the staying bit, it may be a shorter span now, but it's the difference between staying, say, 12 months versus staying 2 years or 3 years. So what makes the difference? And a good question to ask yourself is whether your employer brand is strong enough both to attract people in, but then to make them want to stick around and enjoy working there. Best place to start with that is to ask the experts. And the experts are the people who work in your company already. So what is it that makes them want to stay? What is it that they enjoy about their job? A bit like some of those quotes we saw up there earlier. What about the people who've left? Why did they go? What made the difference? What would have made a difference? Is that something that you ask them? Is it something that you listen to? So, why would anyone want to work for you? Essentially, as we've seen some of, people want three main things. They want a great company to work in, a great job to do, and rewards that are great as well. Let's start off with the great company. Okay. We heard some of them on the quotes that were just up here, what makes a great company. Firstly, your reputation. What can people find out about your reputation? What you do? Do you do it well? Are your products and services excellent? Interesting clients we heard earlier, so what kind of clients will people be working with? Are you known for innovating? And those four are kind of quite easy to find out. They're fairly visible. Then we go into things that may be not visible straight away, but things like, do you have a culture that's really appealing to work in? It's fun, there's a buzz. Earlier this morning we heard about a self-learning culture. Do people have an opportunity to progress? Is that attractive to them? Does the company have a big ambition? Some of the work we're doing with Spurs at the moment is about a massive ambition to rejuvenate the whole of the Tottenham area, and that is attracting people in. And we heard a lot of comments here about the people. I really love working with the people. The people is part of the attraction factor. Who will I be working with? Will I learn from them? Are they bright people? Are they people that I can enjoy working with? Okay, what's a great job? Great job will have, time and time again, research tells us variety. It'll have challenge, a bit of stretch. It will give people responsibility so they feel trusted. The autonomy, the freedom to make decisions. And some of these things in smaller companies you can give more of because the remit of jobs is wider. Also, a great job is having an opportunity to develop, to learn new skills and to progress. So are some of those in place? And then finally, great rewards. Now we start here with a traditional sense of what great rewards are. So, of course, salary, the perks, the benefits, the freebies, the socials, all of those are fantastic. And, you know, it's great if you have free pizza on a Friday, if you have a company dog, if you have massage on a Wednesday, I don't know. It's great to have all of that. But there are other things that make the job rewarding. For example, having the flexibility to choose how you work, having a fantastic location, compared with getting on the train, well, getting on Southern Rail and going up to London, compared with having work-life balance, so the opportunity to work from home, to work in a different way, part-time options, and also, perhaps most importantly, doing work that you find rewarding, so doing something that you can really get behind and enjoy doing, working in a company that you think, I like this journey that we're on, this is a job that I enjoy. Why would anyone work for you? If you can provide a great company, give people a great job to do, and the rewards are great, if you're doing that, it's all underpinned by inspiring leadership. None of those things happen, actually, without the leadership to support all of that, to build all of that. So let's say you do. You're doing all of that. You've got a great company, great job, and great rewards. How do you stop people from bouncing into your company and then bouncing out again in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months' time? We also need to know what it is that makes people leave and what would help keep them a little bit longer. So, why do they leave? Right, I'm going to help you with that because that seems like miles away. This is a survey, some research that was done about the top 10 reasons for people leaving. This is actually based on millennials, as you were talking about before. Top 10 reasons people leave their job. The number one reason more than 80% of people cite is the job isn't motivating. So that's the one about a great job. It's not a great job. It's not motivating. Close to 80%, it's also about that work-life balance. I've said already how important that is to the next generation. And the next few are about leadership, because people are leaving because of poor management, a lack of support, lack of recognition, and a lack of opportunity. That's all really about leadership. Of course, people want to be paid a fair wage for what they do, so they will leave for more money. Too long to get promoted, again, not being recognised. Interesting one, but about 50%, not living up to recruitment promises. So it's no good attracting people by telling a fantastic story if actually you can't follow through and that doesn't match up to what they were expecting. And only the last reason is to go travelling. Okay, so a huge number of these are not to do with perks, benefits, the free pizza on a Friday. They are to do with good, solid stuff like management and making sure that people are managed in the right way. So what do people say about your company? We've done a bit of research of our own. The following quotes are taken from employees, past and present, of digital and tech companies in the Sussex area, taken from Glassdoor, which is like TripAdvisor but for organisations, I'm sure you know, in January. So some of them may apply to companies that are represented in this room. They are anonymous. And what we've picked out, we went through a lot of comments. We picked out the good, the bad, and the ugly, just to see, does this confirm kind of what we're saying here? Okay, I'm going to skip. This is my friend. Here we are. I'm going to skip past that. Okay, so here's the good. So people are talking about things like, we offer a great service. It's unique. We have a lot of talented people. We have a great culture, fun people, the technical team are top class, so there's a lot of respect for colleagues there. People feeling part of the decision-making process, getting regular updates, so feeling like you're involved and you're part of something. Good work-life balance is up there. And I really like the bottom quote here, because they've really sussed it out. While the perks are awesome, free breakfast on Fridays, free gym membership, profit share, etc., it's not the best part about it. The best bit is the honesty and the authenticity of the upper management, which cascades down to everyone working here. So what a huge impact that has. Okay, let's look at the bad. Okay, some of the themes here. There's no induction. The learning is only on the job. There's no other kind of learning. The strategy is not clear. There's endless reorganisation. There's a sense of confusion. Poor leadership, lack of trust between departments. The onboarding needs to be better. So this is about, look, it wasn't even a good start in the company. And the final quote, so many people have left the company, all who wouldn't recommend working here. This is out there. This is for people to see. Any future job seeker can look at these comments and make their own judgment. The good news is there's nothing here that can't be fixed. It's all totally fixable. You need to fix it because if you don't, the bad becomes the ugly. That's when you've got a risk. People will leave, they'll vote with their feet, and you won't be holding on to the right people. And the other risk is it actually will stop attracting good talent in because they'll be picking this up one way or another. However, you ask people their opinion. I know it's TripAdvisor as well. You get people who are ecstatic and people who are really, really hacked off, and you'll get that on any review. But people aren't always coming out with negatives. So this is when you know you're getting it right. Some of the comments here. There are no cons. It's just a great place to work. I'd have to be really picky to find any negatives. Sometimes the aircon is a bit too hot. We're nearly out of good ping pong balls. I can't really think of any downsides for working here. And I look forward to Mondays. I look forward to coming back from holiday. Think of places you've worked. Think how often you've said some of those comments. Okay. I'm going to now pull that together by talking about 4 steps to build your employer brand, and then we'll pass it out to you, and we'll have a workshop discussion about what you can do. So, first step is obviously to find out what your employer brand is. So do you know what is attracting people into your company? Have you checked? So this is about asking the people who know, the people who work there already, the people who have worked there in the past, and understanding what candidates who come to you, what it is that they're looking for. Once you know that, then you can accentuate the positive. You can talk about what makes you a great company or what makes it a great job and what some of the rewards are, the traditional ones and the not so traditional ones. This, by the way, excuse my language, is not about bullshitting. So it's not about, remember we had one thing up here earlier about I was kind of missold. This is not about making it sound better than it is. It's about knowing what your promise is, if you like your brand promise, and really describing that, accentuating the positive. Also, if there are things that are not right, fix what you can fix. Not everything is fixable, but fix the things that you can fix. The things that are putting people off or driving people away, do something about them. That's about leadership. Okay, and finally, employer brand is way more than just attracting great talent. It's what you do with it when you get it. So managing every touch point you have with your employee, from recruitment all the way through to onboarding, all the way through to day-to-day, the one-to-one conversations you have with them, the learning that they're getting, so that their experience of your employer brand runs all the way through their working life, not just at the start. Okay. From that, you'll be able to have great company, great job, and the rewards will be great.